Okay guys, I'm back again, and yeah, just took a really short break actually. Yeah, so yes, so now I'm going to be talking with you guys about market expansion project. Now, first of all, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what this is all about. Now, for market expansion project, actually this wasn't my initial idea. This actually came from your ICX directors. For many of them, they were discussing that this issue is something that is very relevant to their locality, and they felt it was very smart of us to do a project around this. And I also actually thought of it that it was a really cool idea, and I decided, okay, let's go ahead and do it. So the whole concept for market expansion project actually has a little bit of a random reason to it, but this is a very structured random reason process and procedure. Now, the concept of market expansion project is this. One of the things that we actually had in mind in creating this project is that we wanted to offer companies, or companies in general, an opportunity to attract international talents into their workforce in specific market areas that they are looking to expand to. So that means that if I'm a company and I'm looking to expand to China, I probably am already going ahead to expand to China, right? But it's probably a lot of expense for me to actually get people, recruit them, train them, and actually send them over to China to be my expansion coordinators. But through us, they can actually get people at a relatively easier cost, not just financial, and then train them and then take them back to their home country to become part of the market expansion team. So that's pretty much one of the concepts of this whole idea. Then, of course, we need to provide a learning event to it. So we thought it was best for us to have a workshop, which can bring all the interns together, as well as some of our TN takers, or all of them, as well as even the general community under one roof, and discussing about market expansion, this, that. Just some things relevant for the purpose of this project. Again, I want you guys to go ahead and read a lot more of the project model, so you can have a very clear description of what this project is talking about. So pretty much the whole idea is that we have a long list, first of all, of companies that we believe are before even going to that. Now we were looking at what are the trends within our community at the moment, within New Zealand at the moment, and realized that currently New Zealand has been signing 1 or 2 FTA agreements with some key countries involved, like ASEAN countries, that all of the eastern countries in Asia, Australia, of course, Chile, and some other forthcoming ones. So we felt, okay, since this is already in place, how can I take advantage of this? Of course, you have the situation whereby a lot of companies are now going ahead to start expanding to these countries as a way to capitalize on the free trade agreements that have been signed by New Zealand and their country. Plus, we also have the BRIC, who are the Brazil, Russia, India, Mexico, and China. These are the fastest growing economy in the world right now, and of course, it's just the fact that companies pretty much are now going forward to expand into these countries at a very rapid rate. So for us in AIESEC, we are looking at how we want to capitalize on this as a way to be able to quickly meet this trend, and also provide opportunity for companies to be able to tap from our international pool, for their own needs. So the concept of this project now is that we supply companies international interns. They work with them for a duration of time between 3 months to 10 months, depending on how long they want the interns to work for. And then within that time, the interns go through intense training, for this course of actually going back to their country to be market expansion coordinators for this company, and then going. But before then, we also intend to have like a workshop, which is potentially going to be holding in one city. At the moment, we're looking at Wellington. I'll come to that later on. So then, with this, we'll be able to provide companies that opportunity, and then going for that, we ourselves will be able to meet our own objective, our main goal of being able to provide, being able to contribute to community issues around us, as well as using exchange as a medium to do this. So these are the things that we got in mind, in creating this project model. And again, how we intend to achieve this is that we intend to have a group of teams. Well, there's going to be an OC team which is going to be formed up in this month in the month of between September and October. So this team would be working a little bit on the ground. That means that they would just be doing a little bit of a survey of what are the companies within our locality who are currently expanding to certain countries, and what countries are they actually expanding to. The key focus of this project is to identify small and medium scale enterprises, because these are the ones that are growing and these are the ones that would really need really see this as something really interesting and want to actually take advantage of it. Okay, so again, I think the main thing, I think the main thing that we should be concerned about is the timeline of this project, because there's been a bit of a controversy about this. So according to my initial idea, my initial thought was that between October and November, there's going to be a bit of preparation period during that time. So for some of us who will be going for exam, pretty much all of us, so at that time, you guys that in the LC will be the ICX people rather will be using that time as a time to have the LC well informed about pretty much about ICX in general, about how to sell ICX in general, and then also trying to ensure that the teams that are going to be finish their work, finish their learning event work, can then move on to the next stage of the ICX project, so that they don't just fall down, they don't just fall lying around without being engaged before sprinkle comes. So this is just as a way to also ensure that we continue the whole flow of people moving into the ICX focus in the second half of the year. And there's not really going to be so much of activities happening. It's just going to be just having teams formed, doing research work on some of the things that are important for this ICX project, for the market expansion project to work. So there's not really going to be so much of intense activities going on. There's not going to be any field work until after exam. Plus, after exam, we're also going to be planning to have some sales training going around to all the LCs if possible, where each LC would ensure that they have sales training to their ICX members, rather to the whole LC I mean, and then just as a way to boost them up very well towards shifting into the field work of ICX work for this project. So that's just a general idea of some of the things that we are planning to do for this project. In case, I know that in the next few minutes now, you guys will be going ahead to discuss further about how best can we make this project be a lot more realistic for your LC. I just want to put into consideration what your current situation is in your LC, and then knowing as far as how you guys think you guys can implement this. Now, just also want to clarify very well that this project concept is not fixed. That means that your LC can adopt it and customize it based on your own reality. So there's nothing like you must do this kind of thing, no. So but then now this LTM is for us to now discuss of how best can we utilize these models to our own realities in our LCs, and then come up with solutions and all that. So that's pretty much what I have to give at this stage. So guys, thank you very much for spending this little time with me as I gave you a bit of a highlight of what were the things that ICX has been doing since the last 3 months. So right now I'll be looking forward to you going further to read the documents, the project models that we created on the ICX unit, and so that you can also give a little bit of a feedback to it and how you best think that this can even move forward in your locality. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm right next with you through Skype, so please you can ask your questions and also give some feedback, and I can give a little bit more of a clarification wherever it need be. Thank you very much guys, and hope to hear from you. Bye bye.